Hello! Welcome back to episode 9 of Let's Play Planet Coaster. We're really making our way through this series now. We have finished construction on the first and second areas of the park. Obviously the first one we had this pirate themed area, and then we moved on to build this western style section of the park. Now in this final section, what I'm going for is I'm going to go for something completely different to the other two. I'm going to go for a sci-fi themed area. Now the way this section is going to be laid out, it's going to be quite thin but float out and maybe expand towards the back out here. Obviously the other two areas kind of spread out, especially the western one, quite wide. Now as you can see down here, we have the fence line just along here. I can't build any further past that, so it is quite thin until this hill steps back a little bit. Now I do have a vague idea for this section. First off, I'm just going to build the sort of main infrastructure to start off the area, and then in the next episode, which will be episode 10, double figures already, we will be putting in one of the main attractions for this area. Now this attraction will take up probably a large part of this area, probably that sort of segment that I'm kind of outlining there, if you can work that out. But what I'm going to do just for this episode to start us off, I'm going to build a flat ride, theme it, and build the sort of start of the path going into this area. So in terms of paths that suit sci-fi, I think vinyl does look like it will probably be the best style for this area, just because it's like black and modern, and that's the I'd say that probably fits better than a lot of other styles. Let's go back on here on paths. We don't want to change that, do we? Oh no, nope, ignore that. Right, start again. There we go. Let's go through here, and then we want to cross it over up to that edge. I think would be the ideal way to get this park up and running. Or sorry, not this park, this section. Now the flat ride I'm going to build is going to sit within here. Believe it or not, I know it's not much space, but you will soon see it doesn't actually require that much space. Now in terms of this entrance, I'm just going to delete that starting path. We want something a little bit like the Pirate Village sign, a little bit like this entrance here. So we'll check the scenery for sci-fi, because again there's going to be a lot of sci-fi themed items in here. So let's go down, and I think this sort of airlock archway there, I think that could just about do the trick, to be fair, as a way of stepping into the zone. So let's we've got vinyl, let's make it a little bit thinner. We want to be able to get through there. There we go. Line that up. Boom. There we are. So that is our entrance. When we start theming the rest of the area, if there's any bits I can put at the start that sort of enhance it a bit, like these sort of wind, or the little windmills, the wind turbines, whatever you want to call them. If there's anything like that I can put next to that to sort of improve it, I will. Now in terms of the ride I'm going to be putting in, we are going to go to the flat rides, and I'm thinking to go for a sort of a drop tower, basically a bit of like a launch free fall, or where are we? Hyper jump. There's the one I'm looking for. Now you see this doesn't actually take up that much floor space in here, which is good. But the way I'm going to design this, I think, is to have this launching out of a building. So we'll plonk that down there. We'll place the entrance. We'll test it first. Let's place the entrance. Place the entrance sort of. The entrance will come out at the back, I suppose, and the exit can come out the front. There we are. That's what it looks like testing. So we'll have the exit coming out of the front there, and we'll leave that. We'll leave designing the entrance path until we've themed the building. So let's go over here, and we want to take off sci-fi, go down to building material. Now, obviously, in modern buildings are going to be made out of brick, but when you're looking at futuristic style, glass always looks very, well, very modern and futuristic, really. So I think if we start by just lining that up there, and then move on like this around, we'll adjust that path accordingly, and we'll get this to take up most of it. You see, we can't quite go that far back, so we'll leave that little gap behind in case we want to put anything down there. So we'll go that over, and I think this will look quite good, because as you enter in the park, that will be the first ride you see. You'll see it from distance, and that'll get the guests excited for coming in, and yeah, I just think that'll work quite well. It's a noisy ride, I can tell you that. So there's the shape of the ride. So probably don't want it that, probably just want it high enough for it to come out. So probably only want it about three blocks high. So let's just quickly go around here, bring all these up. As I say, this is just to get the area started. I do have an idea for a main attraction within this area, to put in that large space, which is why I've moved the path over to the side, and that will be all indoors. That's the clue I'm going to give. That'll be an all indoors ride. So that will be a large building that will be themed. The whole ride will be themed, and it will be a track ride. So it won't be a roller coaster, but it will be on a track, and yeah, like I say, it will be a main theme or main point of interest for this area. So we've done the building there. We can have a look inside. Actually, I suppose we could. What do we want to do? Because really, we don't want the guests to see a great deal. We don't want to see a load of empty space, really. So we could just go out here like that. Leave that one there a sec. Come back to that. Just like that, and then we'll go back and put in one of those archways, just like we have over the exit. And then we'll quickly build these up to the same height, so everywhere matches. Let's quickly stack. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It does get quite repetitive, but the thing is, once when it's done. When it's done and it looks good, it is very satisfying. So they're all up there, and that's what they will see. So now what we really want is we want to put this glass style canopy roof on, really. raise that up. So let's put some of these on. Obviously, we have got to be we've got to be careful of this design, but I think it'll look quite good as it's sort of like smashing out of, like, you know, launching out of a building. It will be a little bit like the Great Glass Elevator from China Chocolate Factory. That's I think that's the vibe you kind of get from this sort of thing. I suppose it's a bit more thrilling than the Great Glass Elevator, but yeah, I think it'll look quite impressive when it's done. Right, let's line these up. There. If anyone wants to suggest a name or a theme for this ride, then feel free. With something like this, you could have, the theme could be 1,000,001 things. It just purely depends what your personal preferences as to what you want to tell us the story, I suppose. Let's line it up, and we will just. Right, can we fit? We can't fit any more around there because that is their launch out area. So as you look down at ground level, you see that's all that building. That is all that building really needs. It doesn't need much on it. We could take glass off, and we could look for. We don't want archways, do we? We want like a door, is what we want. It comes under decorations, I think, even though I wouldn't say a door is a decoration, but there we go. Let's try and find a modern looking door, shall we? There's a Planet. That Planet Coaster, as plain and simple as a Planet Coaster door is, that actually doesn't look too bad. We could have that there. We could actually build some stalls around here, to be fair. Just have one at the back. Mind you, we've got the guests coming out at the back, haven't we? We'll put one down here on the side. Let's get in the middle of there. Because the guests inside won't see the area under here. So I think we'll do that. I think we'll use this as a way to get some buildings in. So let's get rid of that panel, and we'll put let's put a shop in there. Tell you what, let's put some toilets in there. That way people can't be annoyed that they've got to walk for the toilets. And we will also take off this panel, and we'll put in, what should we go for this time? Just a memento. Just like that. Just a memento. Right, so let's go back to buildings. And we want to search for glass. We don't want to search on decorations, we want to search on walls. Oh, there isn't any. Oh, there's no shop front. That's interesting. We may have to go for that. I don't think that looks too bad. I think that blends in just right. Let's just drop it down so it's right in line. And to be fair, you can't normally blend the toilets in, but it actually does a job there as well. There we go. Right, now we just need to build the queue path. So let's have a look at the different queue patterns we've got. What do we want? We don't want asphalt, do we? Mosaic. We've got vinyl. Let's go for orange. Everybody loves a bit of orange. I think we want it quite thin until we get outside. So we'll go through there, because this queue is going to go around the back of this building. Just make sure it's not rubbing the building. Just like that. Actually, if we back this up a little bit, and we'll make this bit a little bit thicker. Like that. And then all we need to do is we need to just edit this building, this panel we just want to take out. We want to put a glass panel in there and there, so that they can't see anything. We want to put this little thing over the top. I don't, it's like an archway panel, isn't it? Something, I don't know what you'd quite call that. Put that there, and yeah, I think that looks fairly neat as a start to the sci-fi area. Just keep flying into them trees there. But you imagine if you one of the guests, you go walking down here. As I say, it'll be one of the first rides you see. The pirate ship is hidden there behind the trees. You can just about see it. But as you're walking down here, you know, you'll come down, and that is the first thing you'll see, and that will be, you know, be one of the first rides probably that people choose to go on. So, I think, to be fair, I think we'll leave that area of the park until the next episode now, when we'll move on to one of our bigger projects. I know that's not quite been as long as other episodes, but as I say, I don't want to cram too much in, but I don't want to do too little. And I think the next one will take a long time, so we'll leave this one as a short one, and then we'll come back and build a larger part next time. I'm just going to have a look and see if there is a see if there's any like theming we can do. There's a little archway we can have here. Yeah, I think we'll put the path in that. So if we move that archway up like that, and then go to paths, and we want vinyl, don't we? We want to get rid of that bit of vinyl, and then here we just want to go through here, widen it out. Let's try and get that straight. There we go. There we go. And then that is the cue for the tower. Yeah, I think that's worked out quite well. Let's have a quick ride on it, shall we? Right then, so yeah, that's the drop tower. Like I say, short and sweet episode, but episode 10 we will move on to one of the large projects in the sci-fi area, and this will start to be us wrapping up the park really, because once the sci-fi area is done, I think that will be it for this first series. As I say, keep an eye out for my other series starting, which will be building rides or areas from parks in real life. I've not thought of a catchy name for it yet, but I may call it something like Real Life Planet Coaster. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, and please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.